Now that you've taken the quiz, let's examine the document to see what the answers are. Has the information been reviewed or referred? You won't be able to figure out whether peer review occurred by reading the article. Instead, you need to determine if the journal identifies itself as peer-reviewed, and whether it explains the type of peer review process it uses. According to the instructions for authors on the journal homepage, the paper is first checked by the editor to determine if the subject matter is suitable for the journal. If it is, it will be double-blind peer-reviewed by subject matter experts. On the other hand, since this article is a narrative review of previous research rather than an original research study, it is possible that it may not be subject to the same amount or type of peer review as a research study would be. Will it be possible to verify any of the information in another source? Yes, you can check the cited references and also look for other sources. Does the language or tone seem unbiased and free of emotion or advocacy? The use of the word totality in the title means that the authors believe that they have reviewed all of the literature that is relevant to the effects of dairy products on human health, and/or that they want their readers to believe that they have. However, the use of that word alone does not necessarily indicate a biased tone. Are there any known conflicts of interest that could have led to unintentional or intentional bias in the article? When you get toward the end of the article, you can see a very long conflicts of interest and funding section. It indicates that all but one of these researchers has received funding from the dairy industry. This raises the question about whether this article really addresses the totality of scientific evidence, or if they were unintentionally biased by their relationship with the dairy industry, and reviewed only research that described the benefits of dairy consumption. I would want to do more searching to determine if there are other relevant sources available that were not included in this review, just in case the authors omitted anything. There may also have been more research published on this topic since the time this review was published. The list of cited references is very lengthy, which tends to indicate that the authors did make an effort to be complete in their literature review in spite of the conflicts of interest. It might be a good idea to go back and check a few of the articles that have been referenced. Perhaps their summaries and conclusions based on these sources are totally legitimate, but it would be worth checking out. One could presume that the reviewers of the articles would have checked some of the sources for accuracy of interpretation, but subtle misleading interpretations can sometimes slip through the peer review process.